All right, and now we're live. Okay. So, hi guys. I'm excited. Sorry about a little delay there. Always technical difficulties, right? I love technology, but man, we are learning every single day. I'm excited because today I have this amazing person with me. Not only that she's an expert, she's a professional, but she's really a wonderful lady that I got a chance of meeting her quite a few months back, more than a few months ago. And she's impressed me with the amount of work and the stuff that she does in the community and obviously helping her clients too. So when I reach out to her and I'm like, hey, Tanya, I would love to pick on your brain, kind of like share with us a little bit more on what is happening in your market. What are you seeing in the real estate market? And so that's what we're here today. Right. And so without further ado, let me introduce you to Tanya Flores from Illinois. Tanya, tell us a little bit more about you.
Yeah, well, I'm very excited to be here with you, Kathy. Would love to share this so that all of my, I hope everybody's watching here and being able to be informed on what's going on with the Illinois and Chicago market. So I reside in Chicago. Right now I am in medical district. So at the heart of, all the changes in the medical with, every impact, right, we've had this past 2 years with COVID. But with real estate, it has been very active, very active. A lot of increase in Hispanic home ownership, a lot of first-time home buyers, rise in millennial buyers. I'm just seeing a lot of excitement. I mean, some of the buyers not as excited to not see as many properties available as they would like. Probably you see that as well over there, Kathy.
Yeah, we are. I mean, there the supply certainly it's been hurting, right? Like a lot of people being like, well, we don't know if we want to sell right now, but we're like, hey, we have buyers that are looking to buy your homes and they're ready to move forward because of interest rates. So I think it's happening here too in Georgia for sure. And that's why I wanted to have this conversation because I'm like maybe someone out there even in your market, right? Hey, sellers, if you are on the fence of whether selling your home, and it has to be the right fit too, and the circumstances. I know it's not for everybody, but even though during this fall we tend to see the slowdown, right? Typical, but not as we're not in a typical market. So even though we're not in a typical market, people are still looking to purchase, right? They're ready. We just don't have enough inventory. So I don't know. What are you guys seeing there? And we can talk about to bidding offers. I don't know what you see in there.
Yeah, so let's talk about the Illinois market first, and then we can zone in on Chicago since that's where I'm at.
Okay.
So although this past month we did have about 1,000 homes less in Illinois available for sale, the increase in sales from the past year to this year have increased. So there has been an increase. People have put their homes on the market more, but not enough where buyers want. Because what do buyers want, Kathy? If you're watching this video, you want the renovated home, and you want it at a certain mortgage point. I mean, taxes impact as well, like what your purchase price is going to be. So I mean, we have had when we look at data, there has been slight decrease, but the market time, when we talk about market time, like how many times does it take for a home to sell? That decreased in Illinois from the past year. Even though everybody's saying, oh my God, a whole bunch of people are leaving Illinois, and yes, they are leaving to Florida and Texas and maybe Georgia too. So, because there's other benefits. Like, what do you see? What are your benefits over there that you're seeing, Kathy? Why are people moving to Atlanta?
So, there was a migration, right? Because people not having to commute, right? So we saw the urban areas moving out to the suburban areas. So all of a sudden, we noticed that, okay, people are realizing that because the workspaces, were small, and now all of a sudden a lot of people were at home. So now we started thinking and seeing that buyer behavior moving out of the city into the suburbs because of a space. And so that's something that we've seen now. It also seems like people who always dream of living in the city, then they're seizing the opportunity because there is a little bit more condominiums. There's, you know, I mean, really condominiums available. And so that, oh, I can be in the city. So it's been a little of a crossover, but mostly I've seen people moving out of from suburban areas, I mean, urban areas to suburban areas. And that is what also has caused that, supply to be stretched because we don't have enough homes on the market. And so that's kind of like where we're seeing like, okay, how can we help, our buyers and sellers get informed and educated decisions. We've talked to about, how it's been, the rumors are, hey, it's going to be a lot of foreclosures. As a seller, no, I'm just going to wait, I'm not going to sell it right now. As a buyer, hey, I'm just going to wait, I'm not going to buy right now because I'm waiting for that market to have a correction or a big correction. And the truth is that you and I know that even though we will see some, at least in my area, we won't see a lot of foreclosures. And the reason being is because, as far as equity, a lot of people been sitting on a lot of equity. So before they even let and even consider that route, they'll tap into their equity first. So that's kind of like, we're talking about the transition, we're talking about what is in people's mind. And, as you being the expert in the area too, kind of like, what are you telling your clients? What are the things that you can help with to navigate through those questions? I don't know if you can. What
Yeah,
is?
I mean, I think as humans, right, we're optimistic, right? And part of us is like, let's wait till something better comes along. But like you said, the reality is, I mean, there's a world map, and if you look at how many people are born, right, and how many people die, more people are being born than dying. So that means, and when we speak about houses, right, there's more people wanting houses than houses have been built. When the whole pandemic happened, a lot of, people are thinking, oh, nobody's going to want to buy because there was uncertainty. But the reality is, like you said, we realize our spaces are not what we want. We maybe need some bigger space. So I'm seeing a lot of families, and if you're a family, maybe you want to go more to suburban area for the schools. But I do see also a lot of young millennials that are purchasing condos in Chicago. And even though, like West Loop, for example, the Loop area, it's trending more towards a buyer's market. When you look at the data from last year to this year, there was an increase in condo sales. Hence, there was a stop, right? When the pandemic hit, like nobody wanted to live in a condo. But year over year, we're increasing. So I think everybody's timing is different, but I think if you're looking at how much you're paying in rent, and when you look at that and look what you could pay when you're buying, why wait? Even in investments, we talk about stocks, and I'm not a stock expert, don't give me any investment advice, but they say the best time to enter is now. I think Warren Buffett said, you want to buy stocks you can hold over the long term. Same thing with houses. The equity increases over the long term. Let me give you some data here, okay?
All right, let's talk about data. So, we're not making this up, right? This is exactly what is telling us what's happening. So that's good.
Illinois Realtors so the median sales price increased from 235 to 249. That was a 6% increase. That's $15,000 more just looking at the median household. So if you would have bought last year, you'd already have more equity in your property. So we just want to help you make a decision. That's why I'm so grateful, Kathy, that you invited me. I don't know what you're seeing over there on the market for some of the people that are here in Illinois. They're like, hey, I'd rather go to Georgia. What's going on over there?
So our median market price, right? So we're in the 250s, 300s. You can still purchase a home of the 300, 350s, right? Maybe three bedroom, two bath. So that's impressive. I know in Chicago it's a little bit more than that, but yeah, we've seen a lot of migration, from other states because of that. Now, the same reasoning why it's so important to be prepared, with all the stuff, meaning, do you have that extra down payment? Do you have, like, are you financially prepared? Because that's something that, I believe so strongly is just because it's the right timing, you also have to get everything in place and in order for you to be winning that home or, making that transition. And why the reason why I say this is because as a professionals, even though we want to help people, sometimes we come across situations where we're like, how come no one ever told you got to get prepared with, this and this and this, right? Or making sure that your taxes, we're coming into tax season again, right? Is not to wait until tax season is around, is now. Like you said, why wait? If you know that in the next year or 2 years, you are going to be purchasing a house, even contemplating of it, why wait? So that's something that, we try to infuse a lot into people. Hey, it's time to do it now because interest rates, we know in the third quarter, which was, fourth quarter, they started going up a little bit. First year next year, first quarter next year, we'll see a slightly increase as well. So it's important to kind of like, get prepared, get our clients, people that know us, get prepared in that area because we want to make sure that you win it. We are on your team, right? We want to make sure that they understand what's happening all around, in the market. Is it bidding wars? Is this not? Do I have to get an extra down payment? Do I have to come up with extra money? All of these things are target and, tailored to each individual. But just to give you a little kind of like what happened here in Georgia. So days on the market, I'm going to talk about days on the market. So in September, so I'm talking about entire Georgia, right? In September, because we have September numbers, days on the market were 7 days, right? In Gwinnett County, where I am, it was 7 days as well. Now, in May, it was 6 days. And in the county, it was 5 days. So even though we are seeing that the homes are staying a little bit longer out, it's not a huge difference at all. So that's the reasoning why I'm saying, hey, you gotta get prepared, you gotta get ready now. Even if you're 6 months out, 12 months out, 24 months out, right? Because Tanya and I know that it takes time and it's important to start it right now. As far as like, when we talk about sales price, so sales price is pretty interesting actually, because here in Georgia, so if I take a look at, like I said, the median price is $344,000, right? Let's say 345,000. And in the county where I am, it's about 352,000. So, and yes, you still find the homes from 250, but again, they might need a little bit more love than the 350,000. And even some right now, the 350,000, they need, they need a little bit more love.
Yeah, which
But
is still,
like, tell me,
it's
sorry.
still really affordable, right, Kathy? I mean, compared to, what are rental rates? There's a lot of buildings with amenities, and that's very nice. But when you compare that to what you could get with a really nice yard.
Yes, true. That's true. You know what? I'm glad that you mentioned that, because let's be honest, and we can have this conversation on the next one to develop a little bit more. Rental rates are up. You cannot find a home or a rental place less than 15, $1,800 a month. But you can get a mortgage for about the same price or less sometimes. So, yes, I think, like you said, why wait when you know that you can get started in the process? I mean, even, I don't know, in Chicago, I think, because rents are high and we're keep trending up.
Yes, the average rate actually, according to Rent Cafe, is it's about 2,059 a month, and this is for about an apartment 750 square feet. When we're looking at Chicago, right now Chicago has about half amount, so 46% renters and 53% owner occupied. Now Chicago is surrounded by a lot of great suburbs too. So if Chicago is not where you want to be. Some people love Chicago. They would never leave Chicago because you have so much great food. Like there's so many great restaurants, so many things to do. So it's really just regardless of where you're at, starting the process early. I recently had my credit run just in preparation for, future purchase. And I'm not going to purchase tomorrow. So if you're thinking about purchasing 6 months, even a year down the line, or who knows, maybe even 3 months, like you want to do it now so that Kathy or myself, if you're looking to purchase in Illinois, can give you the right connections, the right information, so that if you are not ready, you can make those steps. We're here to be of service to you, to help you, and we're not here to say, oh, because sometimes we're embarrassed, right? We don't want to check our credit, or maybe we don't want to say how much we have in savings, or we think we're not ready. Like I had a client that got pre-approved the other day, and she got pre-approved for much more than she thought she could. So, but you don't know these things unless you actually go and talk to someone.
That is so true. Yeah. So you guys, all Chicago area, Illinois, make sure you share this. She's an expert in that area. Get help. I know you'll be in great hands because honestly, it does make sense who you work with. I know it's when it comes to choices, there's a lot of choices out there, but you always connect with someone, and I think that at least, I mean, a little biased here because I know Tanya, but I mean, you'll be in great hands. I know she'll give you the right direction, she'll give you the right advice, and like myself, if I evaluate the whole picture, right, and I say, hey, you're going to be saving this amount of money, and if there's areas that you need to work on, we'll let you know, we'll work together. So I think that's super important to know, because sometimes I feel like in the market we've seen where someone just say, okay, I will help you, but then they just leave them hanging through the process, because it is a process. So that's our added value to you, right? That we want to be able to walk with you and really be there through the process. So I don't know, Tanya, how much you get involved in that area, but I actually do kind of like hold them almost accountable. I'm like, okay, come on, we need a savings. Okay, we need to get that savings going, right? So that's kind of like what we do on our end. But okay, so price one. So we talked about, on a recap, right? We talked about a lot. We talked about why you're seeing in the market over there. You're seeing that you still have inventory, a little bit of inventory suffering there, but you still see a lot of buyers out there getting pre-approves, rentals. I mean, 20 over $2,000. That's a lot. I mean, here too, but not as much as in Chicago. So a little advantage there as far as rentals on our end. Price points for us are in the 350s. For Chicago, you said what it was?
Well, when we look at Illinois market, the median price point is about 250. So it
Okay.
depends on where you buy. For example, City of Chicago has 77 neighborhoods, and each is so unique and special, and the price points could be very different from one to another. But I'm here to answer any questions you have and look at the specific data where you're looking to purchase
Okay, so
or
now
sell.
where can they? Okay, so I think, and then next one we'll probably elaborate a little bit more. We talked about foreclosures too. We touched on it. So I think we're giving you a little bit of information to think about, but not much. I'm saying it's time to start now, even if you're 6 months, 12 months, or 24 months out. Just give Tanya a call and make sure you get started. Now, Tanya, where can they reach you at?
Yeah, well, they can reach me at 773-234-8022 or the tfteam.com. And I wanted to give a shout out to Rosa Guajardo, who shared our video. So thank you so much. And for thank you so much that are watching this post live. Make sure that you share it as well. Where both Kathy and myself are here to help you.
That's right. You guys, you know that we are here to help you get your dreams come true by owning your home and, many, many other things that we can help you with. So, Tanya, I seriously thank you so much. I'm so grateful that I was able to get you on. I know you're super busy too. And so just being able to get you on for a few minutes to pick on your brain and chat on what's happening. I hope this is not going to be the last, but first, not last, right? And so we can chat a little bit more next time. All right, guys, if anything else, thank you. Have a wonderful, wonderful day and enjoy your weekend. Stay safe out there. Bye.
Bye. Thank you, Kathy.